This is full squad.
Roll.
You. Oh. Jump. Arm. Knee.
This is full squad. Admiral rumors. He's out. Dismiss. Sure. And me. You're on your side.
Go ahead, Gearbox, kick it on over, boost that signal. Let's break through that interference. Boom, shakalaka. And hey there, and welcome back to the House of G on this Monday morning / afternoon, depending on where you are in the world today. Yeah, so let me tell you, man, it's been one wild ride. Over on my main channel, I am going all out, guns a-blazing, boom chakalaka. I've been busier than Jiminy Cricket, busier than a beaver during a dam building season, let me tell you. And who doggy. So yeah, House of G here is an opportunity for me to just relax a bit and get caught up on my collection here a little bit. In fact, let me show you something pretty cool here. So yeah, as any avid comic book collector will tell you, you need something to store your comic books in. And several months ago, I stumbled across a company, BCW. This is not a paid endorsement, just FYI. And they had some pretty cool comic book supplies, if you ask me. Let me show you here. So this is my comic book box, and I'm in the process of filling up here. And as you can see, it is themed around the Transformers. Who doggy? More than meets the eye. And then on the side here, we got one Optimus Prime, and he is in possession of the spark of life. Who doggy? That's what I'm talking about right there. Transformers, it's always been one of my favorites, especially as a kid growing up. But it doesn't end there, folks. All right, let's get into this here. So here we go. Yep. Here's the cover for the box, and we got one Optimus Prime cleaning the clock and one Megatron. That is a beautiful sight right there, Doggy. Let me tell you, I love this comic book box. I mean, it's fun. This just takes comic book collecting to a whole nother level of fun right there. Might not seem like much to the layman that doesn't really know comic books and whatnot. But if you are a fan, if you are a collector, let me tell you, this is some cool stuff right here. So yeah, I will definitely be picking up more of these from one BCW. All right. Let's see here. All right, so this is gonna be a pretty heavy mutant type of day, as you'll see here. You'll see here, and let's go ahead and start off with this here. Now, if you're new to the channel, what I've been doing with the House of G, I've had a whole stack of comic books going back, well, quite a long time. I've had a fairly nomadic life, and so it's made it difficult to keep up with my collection, take care of it properly. So it's something of a minor miracle that I still have my collection at all. So I'm grateful for that much. Now that I'm in a position somehow where I can actually take a little bit better care of my collection, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going through that stack week by week and bagging them, boarding them, putting them into a proper comic book box for storage. And while we're doing that, we're skimming through them, taking a look at each issue to try and get a feel for what's going on there. Now, these comic books, by and large, most of them are about 20 years old. And so it's been a very fascinating journey, making some comparisons between modern comics and the comic books of yesterday. So let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. We got X-Force, Where Walks the Vanisher. Now, off the top of my head, I have no idea who this character is. I don't remember. I remember this cover, but I don't remember the character. I honestly have no idea what. I mean, obviously there's some sort of mystic vibe to him or something. I mean, at first glance, you almost think Mephisto, but I'm pretty sure that's not him. That's not Mephisto. But I mean, there's obviously something mystic going on there. Now, this is within the Operation Zero Tolerance story arc, and I don't remember if that was primarily X-Men universe or what the deal was. I vaguely remember it from back in the day, a long time ago. Now this is from September, issue number 69. I'm sure some of you will get a kick out of that one. Let's put it that way. Let's see here, and this is from the year of 1997. So that is 24 years old, almost 24 years old. It's kind of difficult to believe. Overall, it's in pretty decent condition. There is a slight crease on the right side there, which is unfortunate. But considering the fact this has been sitting in a box for over 20 years, Jiminy Cricket, I'm pretty happy with the overall condition. Like I said, I'm grateful just to have my collection at this point. So yeah, I can't complain too much. But overall, it's actually in pretty good condition. So let's see what's going on inside between the pages here. Between the cover and whatnot. So let's see if we can get a feel for what's going on with the X-Force in 1997. Roadside attractions, boom chakalaka. So okay, it starts off pretty dramatic there. We got a semi-truck barreling down a very tight road. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of room there. Some guy is in the middle of the road, and he's literally saying to himself, I'm gonna die. So yeah, it starts off with a bang here. Very dramatic. And let's see what happens here. Wait a minute. Oh, that's huh. Okay. That's wow. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Huh, yep. Okay, so this is actually one Domino. Something going on with Domino here. Her hair is gone, shaved off, in some bland-looking suit, and not looking like she's in very good shape there. And as you can see there, she does have, I don't know if you can see that very well, but she does have some sort of incision on the back of her neck, so somebody's been doing something with Domino there. She has that mutant ability where she has just amazing luck, so to speak, which could be functioning on a quantum level. We're not going to get into a science lesson here. From what I do understand about quantum physics, there does seem to be a basis for quote-unquote good luck on a quantum level. So apparently she has the mutant ability to affect quantum outcomes. That's my understanding of her abilities. It's not canon, that's not official, that's just my layman's opinion about her special abilities there. Oh yeah. So this is actually during the time of the legacy virus, which I'm not actually 100% sure what that was all about. Something that affects mutants and whatnot. I don't know exactly what the deal was on that. Let's go ahead and keep on going here. Wait a minute. Hold on here. Hold on. Okay, so you know what I'm thinking? Maybe this is a zero tolerance thing, since it was during the time of the legacy virus. Maybe there was some sort of crackdown on mutants. Yeah, so there have been pretty good amounts of pretty good number of times where I simply didn't have the time or the resources to be able to continue reading and collecting comic books, which is unfortunate. Not because I didn't want to, like I said, just a complete and total lack of resources. So there is plenty of stuff that I have. I'm not very caught up on. Legacy, Virus, and Zero Tolerance are one of them. So we've got, let's see, from the X-Force team, we got Meltdown, Richter, and Shadowstar in these, looks like hibernation tubes, suspended animation, something like that. So yeah, there's something going on here. Definitely something going on here. Seems kind of insidious on the surface there, at least. Boom, yummy. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm just not sure on this. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here that I'm just not very read up on. So yeah, we'll get through this as best we can here. I can't really explain it because I don't quite fully understand it. There's some sort of a paramilitary organization going after these mutants, apparently. But apparently it seems to be run by people that are in fact mutants, or at very least have some sort of superhero, supervillain type abilities. Yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on here. There's a lot of stuff going. Yeah, I don't like to say. I'm not going to sit here and read every single word, every single panel. I'm just trying to get an idea for it. Try and share what seems to be going on here. And it jumps to. I don't know. This is kind of all over the place there a little bit. So, it jumps to the sewers. We got some characters that I honestly don't recognize. That guy, a couple of characters jumped to mind, but I'm not sure if he's them or not. And then the human looking dude with the arm, I don't know if is that Nathan Summers? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then the big gargoyle looking dude, I got no idea. I don't. Oh, no. Okay, so that is Nathan / Cable. But I think it's a younger version of him, maybe. I'm not sure. And Caliban, the big gray gargoyle looking dude, is Caliban. I don't know that character at all. And then it jumps to I think it's outer space. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. There's some chick named Risque there. I don't know who she is. Now, I'm not as well read on X-Force or X-Factor as I am with X-Men. I've always been an X-Men type of fan, more so. I've been a little bit into X-Force and X-Factor. They are pretty different titles, no doubt about that. But my interest was more into X-Men than these other titles. So there's some characters here I'm definitely not familiar with. I don't know what's going on with these guys. He's in some sort of suit, looks like a space outfit, but I'm not sure if that's actual outer space or not. All right, yeah, so it's kind of all over the place at this point. It looks like that's somebody named Proudstar. It sounds familiar. Don't remember his abilities or anything. Yeah, it looks like he's in outer space. What is going on? Or maybe it's not outer space. Maybe it's some sort of just like weird alternate dimensional reality. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, he's like definitely not on Earth. But I mean, I don't think that's outer space. I think that's like some weird just alternate dimension. Because then on the cover here, we got this Where Walks the Vanisher. I don't know who the Vanisher is. There's got to be some connection here to what's going on here. It's a little confusing. Coming in the middle of a major story arc can be a little confusing there. We got mutants that are especially members of the X-Force, some sort of hibernation thing. We got some other guys that are some alternate dimension. So this is it is another alternate reality is what it is. And we got some Cheshire Cat ripoff right there. Proudstar is talking to the cat. Apparently he tries to grab the cat, which doesn't seem to take kindly to it, which is pretty common for real cats there, even though this is not your typical cat. What the funky comb, dude? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, we're slowly getting there. So then it talks about how nearby in this alternate reality is the object of Proudstar's hunt, so to speak. Yeah, so that is the Vanisher right there. Apparently he's hanging out in this alternate reality. And that is who Proudstar is actually looking for by the sounds of it. So yeah, it's one of those. Whoever came up with this may or may not have been tripping acid. Who knows at this point? Don't underestimate the utilization of questionable substances when it comes to some of these stories. Let's put it that way. Jimmy Cricket. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we got somebody by the name of Sunspot. I'm not really familiar with him. Going up against the chick from the paramilitary force, by the looks of it. I'm assuming he's trying to rescue. Okay, so he talks about he's faced sentinels before, but apparently this chick is some sort of sentinel. Apparently a highly advanced sentinel, by the sounds of it. Yep. It's a new breed of sentinel. So this chick isn't a chick; it's a sentinel robot type being. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was not aware of that. I was not aware of the fact that they had some sort of advanced sentinel at this point. So they get into a fight here, knockdown brawl. I think he's trying to rescue the dudes in the. I mean, he's not alone there. There's a couple others with him. That chick, the Indian chick, with the bow and arrow. Don't remember her name. Yeah, X-Force, X-Factor. Those are fairly different titles there. And like I said, I'm not as well read on those, so I'm not as familiar with them. But yeah, there's a big old brawl going on. Looking for Domino. It looks like, okay, so they defeat this advanced Sentinel chick. Boom Chakalaka. And they are looking for Domino and whatnot. I'm assuming the others maybe. So yeah, so the final page here. Yeah, we got a Domino with this trucker that picked her up. And yeah, apparently her mutant luck ability is gone. It's whatever they did to her. I don't know if they stole her mutant ability or just figure out a way to shut it off and negate it. Not a clue at this point. So she's actually trying to get in touch with Nathan. She's trying to get in touch with Cable at the Xavier Institute and is unable to get, I guess all the lines are down. So, yeah, this one's a little confusing. Not entirely sure what to think. The cover is focusing on somebody named the Vanisher and where he goes, where he walks. So apparently he vanishes into this alternate reality filled with really odd looking cats, and I think there were rabbits at some point. I don't know if this is a reality that he creates out of his like mutant ability or something, or whatever his deal is, if he's a mystic. I actually have no idea who this character is. And then Proud Star and whatnot, you know, he's looking for this guy. He does manage to find him, it looks like. But it... Okay, so I missed that little panel there. Okay, so he's trying to bring this guy back to Earth. And... well, okay. So yeah, Prostar's trying to bring the Vanisher back to Earth. And then we got these odd rabbits. I think they are. Yeah, they look like rabbits. But they turn out to be very ferocious, angry rabbits, and they don't want to let the Vanisher leave. By the sounds of it, I'm not sure Vanisher really is that eager to get back to Earth, even if he was. They don't want to let him go. So yeah, I'm fairly certain at this point somebody was tripping acid when they came up with a storyline. And I'm honestly not sure what to think of it. Honestly, this Vanisher guy, so far he seems like some sort of 70s throwback reject, 1970s. And I honestly don't know what to think. I have no idea why Proud Star is in this alternate reality trying to find this guy, or why they need to bring him back. It doesn't explain it. So yeah, just breezing through this one issue, I'm fairly lost at this point. We would definitely have to pick up some prior issues in order to really understand fully what's going on here, let alone the following issues to find out what happens. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence as to whether or not I'm really that interested in finding out. Honestly, I don't know. Just going through this one issue, I'm not too crazy, terribly drawn to this Vanisher character. Too terribly crazy interested in him. He seems pretty flippant. Not the best attitude by the sounds of it. And honestly, it's just this issue is just kind of on the weird side. Now, this is from 1997. It is X-Force. It is a different type of mutant title. Which might be why I was never really all that heavy into the series. Because it's definitely not X-Men. It's definitely got a different vibe to it. No doubt about that. Yeah, it kind of touches on stuff that I've talked about before, where, with the regular X-Men, I mean, they could fairly easily take like a horror type vibe to it in a separate title, like not in the main X-Men title, but in a separate title. Kind of wonder if maybe they did try to kind of go that route with the X-Force at least, because like I said, he looks like a mystic type character, and there's this alternate reality and these bunnies and cats that are just clearly not your normal furry little friends. Definitely on the I guess you could say protective side, but they also seem to be keeping this guy sort of a prisoner, kind of. I don't know. It's definitely on the trippy side, definitely on the acid trip type of the end of the comic book spectrum. Let's put it that way. So I don't know. It's not really grabbing me. I'm a little interested in what's going on, but I don't know. I don't think I really continued with this particular story arc that closely. I can understand why they're just breezing through this one. I don't know. It is what it is. It's a different type of mutant title in the Marvel universe. If that's your thing, you might enjoy it. Me, I'm kind of on the fence at this point. It is what it is. Everybody's got their tastes. This one's, at least this particular issue anyways, is not really, it just doesn't really seem like my cup of tea, personally. So let's go ahead and get this baby bagged and boarded. So, might not be my cup of tea necessarily, but I still want to take good care of it. Maybe someday somebody will be interested in it. And yeah, we just boom, 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 binder corner first and slides in smooth as butter. Boom, yummy, yummy. There we go. All right, so we got this X-Force number 69, September 1997, bagged and boarded and ready for storage. A little bit of an acid trip. A little bit of an acid trip. Chakalaka. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is personally for me, this House of G is a great way to start my week, especially on a Monday. Mondays have always been kind of a drag, and this makes it way more fun for me. So hopefully it does the same thing for you. It's very interesting taking a look at the comic books from the past. So far, the most recent issue I think was about 2013, but that was like kind of a one shot. There was the last act of desperation on my part to stay in comic books. Before that was 2012. That was the straw that broke the camel back. And then, so yeah, besides that, in general, these have been at least 10 years old. A lot of them like 20, 23 years old. And these are just the ones that I need to bag and board. I got a fairly decent collection. I'm thinking at least 600-700 comic books. I do need to go through them, kind of sort these out a little bit. See if any, I got to replace some of the boxes at least. And then see if maybe some of them need fresh bags, fresh boards. Okay, so next. Well, this is going to be another X-Force, but this one's going to be a little bit different. So this is going to be X-Force Flashback. I vaguely remember this flashback thing. This is issue number 1, July. So this is not part of the regular title continuity. I think these were like maybe one-shots, because it's not the only one. Wasn't just X-Force. Let's go ahead and take a look here, because I'm curious as to what's going on. Now, this is from July 1997. Same year as the X-Force we just went over, actually. And let's see here. This one is going to focus on the Proud Star brothers, actually. Yeah, so it's Proud Star. Yeah, the guy on the left there, the blue and red outfit, I remember him. He looks familiar. The guy on the the guy on your right there. The guy on your left there, my right. Yeah, not really ringing a bell so much. But yeah, they were brothers. I vaguely remember Proud Star brothers. But mostly I remember the guy on your left there. Together again for the first time. See, Alex, I'm not as familiar with like X-Force and X-Factor, so the guy, on the right, on the left there, he's familiar to me. I think I vaguely remember him having a brother, and that's about it. Oh, here we go. James and John Proudstar, Warpath, and Thunderbird. Okay, so those names do ring, like Warpath, different. Yeah, Thunderbird, they ring a bell. They ring a bell. You gotta love this. It starts off with one Stan Lee, just hanging out in the desert with a horse, and I think that's a bison maybe, and a rabbit and a raccoon. Just a bunch of little furry critters there around a campfire, strumming his guitar. What is this? Hey there, Remy. Good to see you. I was wondering if you're gonna make it today. Boom shakalaka. How you doing there? Hope you had a great week last week. It's definitely been a busy one. No doubt about that. Happy Monday morning to you too. It's like, I don't know if you're gonna get the chance to go back and watch the beginning here or not. But went over one X-Force. Zero Tolerance, Where Walks the Banisher, 1997, September, number 69. This one was a little bit of an acid trip. X-Force, X-Factor, within the Marvel Mutant universe, but different types of titles. Yeah, to be honest, I was never into them that much. And just breezing through that one, I can remember why now. So it's like, busy week. That's good to hear because busy is good. No doubt about that. Boom. Well, happy Monday to you, and hopefully we can start things off right here. So this issue of X-Force flashback. I'm pretty sure this is a one shot, and it was something they did across various titles. I think it was just a one shot. I think they were having fun with it. And, well, this initial page kind of proves that theory. That is Stanley right there hanging out in the desert with a bunch of animals. Kind of makes me wondering if he's having an acid trip right there. As you can see here is, come on. Focus. Come on, camera. Play nice. Come on, zoom in. Okay, hopefully you can read that. Excelsior, y'all. So he's got, doing his thing with that cowboy troll. That's good to hear. You're excited. I appreciate that, bro. It has been quite the week, Jiminy Cricket, man. I got some stuff going on from my other channel. It's keeping me so busy. I'm learning some new programming software stuff, and it's if I can figure it out, it's gonna be great for the channel. Jiminy Cricket is so much work. It's so much work. Oh my goodness. I can't even. Why am I doing this myself? Jiminy Cricket. Okay, so this is focusing on Warpath and Thunderbird, the Proudstar brothers. And let's see here. What the? Okay, let's see. So it starts off with one of them. I'm not sure which one it is. As a kid here. And he's like, his cat's up in the tree, and he's like, you need to get down here. And then all of nowhere pops up this werewolf-looking creature. And the cat jumps into action, trying to save his master there. And so it's interesting. Interesting way to start the issue. Yeah, this werewolf-looking thing is very much after the kid. It's gunning for the kid. Not a clue why at this point. Yeah, he's gunning for him. What else is there to do? It's a good question. Yeah, idle hands are the devil's playground. Yeah, I like to keep busy. Plus, if you're gonna do something like this, if you're gonna build like a channel, or even if it's like more traditional stuff, a magazine, your own comic book, writing a book, whatever, go big or go home. That's what I say. It's like. So one, keep busy. Two, if you're going to do something, do it big and do it right. If you can, Yeah, to the best of your abilities, at least. So, boom shakalaka. So yeah, we get this werewolf-looking creature heading after. I think that's the younger Proud Star, because he literally runs into his. Well, let me show you. He literally runs into his brother. Oof. Who is heading off to the U.S. Marine Corps. Okay, so interesting. Oh no! He's coming back from. Apparently, he's on leave or something. Because his little brother's all like, "You're back." Receives a hero's welcome from his family there. I think he's trying to tell him about the werewolf creature. He's like, "Yeah, it was after me. Yeah, it was attacked by the seizure monster called Fakes. They called me name. Jumped in the face." Yeah, he's just babbling on like a mile a minute. Absolutely no punctuation. I was like that. As you might expect from a kid who just got the snot scared out of him. And naturally, his brother's probably kind of being a little bit skeptical there. So he comes home, family welcomes him home, big old dinner. He's talking to his mom about some of the stuff he's experienced. Flashback. Yeah, the name of this is Flashback. I don't know. They end up going to a carnival. Big brother, little brother there, hanging out, having a good time. And let's see here. Proud Star ends up talking to somebody. Not sure who. Looks kind of I guess it's a reporter for a local paper or something like that. Yeah, they're just hanging out at this carnival. Wait a minute. So the younger brother goes to talk to this carnival psychic. Not too surprising there. You gotta love those fortune tellers. But then, as expected in the world of comic books, she has an unexpectedly real vision apparently of his big brother's death. I do remember something about Warpath dying, I think. Which might be where the little brother basically takes up the mantle or something like that. In his own way, at least. I don't know. And then so the psychic's all upset, and you got this blue skinned chick. I don't know if that's Mystique or somebody else. She. Oh no. Okay, so that blue skinned chick, her name is Raven. I'm not terribly familiar with her. I don't know. What the? This is, yeah. I mean, this is like a one-shot flashback type deal, so it's not like, I don't know. Apparently a tiger gets loose at this carnival. Boom, and Proud Star, Warpath does his thing as a Marine. Naturally, the ring master offers him a job if he ever wants to run away with the circus. Gotta respect the hustle, I guess. Oh, Jimmy Cricket. Okay, so yeah, Proud Star is meeting up with this dude. What's going on here? Okay, some sort of medical laboratory. I think this guy's a reporter, and he dragged Proud Star. Maybe they're friends or something. And he convinced them to help him out. So they go to this lab. Boom, check out. They're checking this out, and then, well, somebody's stalking them. It turns out to be his little brother. There, he followed them to this lab, and there's some weird stuff going on, without a doubt, right there. And what the? All of a sudden, that tiger. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, this guy's the werewolf looking dude. Okay. So this guy pops up. He's like threatening his little brother. And then he transforms into this werewolf looking creature. I don't know who this guy is, but he's the guy from earlier that was stalking his little brother for some reason. Yeah. So I'm not really sure who the guy is, why he's after them. Yeah, I'm not reading every little dialogue bubble or anything like that. But see, yeah. So this guy's a little on the suicidal side. He literally blows himself up trying to take out the Proudstar brothers. They survive. I don't know, but I'm assuming this dude survived somehow as well. Yeah, the body was never found, so the dude apparently survived. I don't, without reading it thoroughly, I'm not really sure what's going on. But yeah, it's a flashback series. So, they're attempting to tell a story about these two characters from before their time in X-Force. Something does happen in Warpath. I guess he does actually bite the bullet at some point. That's ringing the bell. I vaguely remember that, I think. Then his younger brother follows in his footsteps and everything. So this just kind of tells a story from back in the day. Apparently there's a connection to the more modern iteration of these characters. Not really sure what. It's an interesting concept without really knowing that much about the characters to begin with. I'm a little lost. So you definitely need to have some sort of already background knowledge on these characters. I mean, it's not a bad concept. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you get these, so you got the main titles and everything, you get the main X-Force titles, whatnot. And then, if you want to come up with something original, you get this flashback, one shot, and that's all it is a one shot. I'm pretty sure. At the end, it does say the end. It doesn't, let me show you here. Where is it? Yeah, there's a ton of stuff after. Yeah, it doesn't say like to be continued, nothing like that. It is just simply the end. So that's it. It's a one shot. And that's really how it should be. Never heard of it, but that's not saying much. Yeah, tell me about it, right? It's like, there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, I've missed a lot myself. Having such a nomadic life at times, it's been really difficult keeping up with stuff like this. And number one, having the resources to even buy this stuff, let alone store it and care for it properly. That is one of the reasons why I didn't keep up with some of the comic books, because I didn't have the means to be able to store them properly, and I didn't want to buy a bunch of comic books that were just going to end up getting destroyed because I wasn't able to take care of them properly. I mean, I ended up with a pretty good stack of them anyways, like that, because I've been passionate about comic books my entire life since I was a kid, so it's difficult to completely stay away from something like that. But that is what it is at this point. And so it's an interesting concept. Like, if I actually knew more about the characters and everything, I'd probably be more involved, invested in it. Because it clearly says on the cover, this is it, the team up you demanded but never thought you'd see. So apparently people were clamoring to see the Proudstar brothers together, because I get the sense that Warpath, he was in X-Force first, and then he died in action, and then he came in and replaced them basically. And they, people wanted to actually see them doing something together as brothers, which is understandable. Family's important, family's big, so that's what they did there. They took this as an opportunity to tell that particular story, because apparently, being such a younger brother, it doesn't sound like they really had a whole lot of opportunity to have adventures together like that. So they managed to whip up the story here. All in all, it's not bad. The only real issue is the fact that I'm not as familiar with these characters, so I am a little bit lost. The werewolf looking dude, I don't know who he is. I don't know what his connection is to these brothers. Maybe if I actually read it word for word, cover to cover, I might get a better understanding of what's going on. but the concept's not bad. Yeah, the initial page is actually pretty hilarious. Stan Lee out on the range around a campfire with a guitar. He's got his dialogue going. I mean, it's just hilarious, if you ask me. Come on. Stan the man Lee. Who doggy? Yeah, rest his soul. Boom chakalaka. Yeah, he's just yeah, he's literally he's talking to you. He's breaking the fourth wall. And he's talking about like, I got a story to tell. I got a yarn to spin. Yeah, he's they're going full on with the whole Western Wild West, cowboys and Indians type theme going on there. So it's actually kind of a fun issue. Now, if I knew more about the characters, I'd probably be, like I said, be more invested in this issue. So with that, I don't. It's kind of a. For me personally, it's kind of a hot mess just because I don't understand the characters that well or what exactly is going on. There might be some connections in the story that I'm simply not aware of because I don't know these characters that well. So with that said, this flashback concept, it's not a bad idea, in my humble opinion. I think we're gonna, okay, you'll see what I'm talking about here. Might get a little more definitive breakdown here with this next issue that we're gonna get into. So this one, stuff like this, it's good for one shot. It's something fun. It's something different. One of the problems with modern comic books, they take these one-shot ideas and they try to turn them into ongoing series. Like the amalgamation type stuff, the alternate realities. They should be a one-shot deal, at the very most a short mini-series, and they try to turn it into a permanent ongoing thing. Complete lack of creativity, lack of originality. That type of concept, it should be a fun one-shot type deal. Period. End of story. Full stop. And yeah, so it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm a little bit lost because I don't know the characters that well. Sorry. But that's what was on the shelves that day when I went to pick it up. I thought, I'm been into X-Men for a long time. I figured, why not? Have you happened to watch Metropolis yet? You're talking about Metropolis. You're talking about the old classic movie Metropolis. I have not had a chance to watch that yet. I've just been so freaking busy. Honestly, I forgot all about it. Let me get this in storage here. Boom, slides in, smooth as butter. Flashback X-Force, bagged in, boarded, ready for storage. Actually, this. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. This is not issue number 1. This is issue -1. So, that's a neat little detail right there. It's -1 because it's from the past. It is a flashback, and that's the thing about old school comic books. They would, those little details like that they were huge. -1. It's not issue 1. It's issue -1 because we're going back in time. We're going back before issue 1. That's just cool. If you ask me, that's just cool. That's a nice little touch right there. Yeah, here we go. They say we got, X-Force bagged and boarded, ready to go. Okay, so Metropolis, I just haven't had a chance. I honestly forgot about it completely, which isn't surprising because just so freaking busy. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me find a place where I can make a note of that. And I'll try to remember to, because I don't have Netflix or anything like that with all this stuff the straight up insanity going on with companies like Netflix. I like to refer to them as pedoflix. I refuse to give them money. So I've got to find, first of all, I have to remember to check out Metropolis. Second, I got to find a place to actually watch it where I don't have to contribute money to these just horrible companies. Oh, Jimmy Cricket, man. Wait. Was that it? Oh, no, yeah. Let me make note of that real quick. Yeah, because I've been aware of that movie for a very long time, since I was a kid even. Just never had the opportunity to watch it. So, okay, I made a note of it. I just got to remember. Well, first of all, I have to remember that I made a note of it and then go back there and check it out. Be like, okay, look at it so I can remember what the note is about. Yeah, hopefully you can follow that train of thought there. Yeah, YouTube's the only thing. Yeah. YouTube is the only thing I got going on right now because by and large, I have my own channel. If I didn't have my own channel, I would not be subscribed to YouTube Premium. But, I mean, there are issues with YouTube. It's such a double-edged sword. Like, I'm trying to build something here with the channel and everything, but there's some serious issues with YouTube as well. It's a very double-edged sword. And Jiminy Cricket, man. Like Josiah Rises, he got demonetized a couple months ago. Who else? There was somebody else. Somebody else. I don't know. There are others. That are getting hammered by YouTube. And like PewDiePie got a video taken down for some really dumb reason. And he's huge. I mean, he's one of their biggest YouTube stars. Like, even PewDiePie's not immune, you know? And I'm just this tiny little channel. Like, what kind of chance do I have to succeed in this environment? I'm telling you right now, this channel, House of G / Rebel Rant, is never going to be monetized. It's not. Not with the way things are. There would have to be huge change in YouTube management and everything, in ownership. It's actually the only place to find anything relevant to current world events. That is true. That is very true. The key issue, though, is that channels like mine and like Josiah Rice's and, I mean, there's so many of them. Neurotic, Geeks and Gamers. Just the ones off the top of my head. Even the quartering. Trying to stay relevant with current events is very difficult because it's very easy to get demonetized if you're actually trying to make a living doing this. That's why this channel, I mean, I love doing this channel, but it's more of a side project for me. I don't expect this channel to ever, even if I hit 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours, I don't expect to get monetized. Even if they do approve it for monetization, I expect most of my videos to be demonetized. I do not expect to ever make a living off of this channel, not with the current status quo. And that is one of the reasons why my main channel is my main channel, because I have a much better chance of becoming monetized with that channel, with Rebel Squadron, and being able to make a living off of it in the long run. There is a lot to filter through. Mainstream media, I'm over it. I have not had cable. I have not paid for cable in over a decade. Let me put it to you that way. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not. It's like, but YouTube, there's been a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh, but even YouTube's getting, like, my recommended feed is a mess. Like, there's all kinds of stuff popping up on my recommended feed. I've never heard of it. I'm not even that interested. I'm subscribed to over 200 channels on my personal account, my personal YouTube account. And most of the stuff that pops up is not for my subscriptions. It's, like I said, there's some problems with YouTube. Now, there's a lot of cool stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of good content. But YouTube is, their algorithms, there's something wrong with the algorithms. And there are some issues. But, if you're willing to take the time to, find content on your own the hard way without depending on the algorithms, there is some good stuff out there on YouTube. There really is. I did a lot of babbling in the last couple minutes. I'm not sure what you mean with my content. It's because it's Rebel Squadron is my main channel. That's my first channel. I started this one on the side, and with the stuff that's been going on with some of these other channels that have actually been around a long time and have been monetized for a long time. Rebel Squadron is my best chance at becoming monetized and being able to make a living doing this and doing it, being able to work on stuff like this full time, which would be awesome. I would absolutely love being able to do that. I don't even have to I'm not even talking about getting rich, just making like a bare minimum. If I could make like $50K a year doing this, I'd be able to do it full time and live on that. And that would be amazing. That would be like a dream come true. And that's doable. That is doable. That's actually doable. But oh yeah, YouTube is absolutely making money, and they're doing some pretty hinky things lately. So even if you're not making money on that video, YouTube is still making money on it. And they're I've heard of some channels that they've been penalized and they're demonetized, whatever. But yeah, YouTube's still making the money on that. There's some hinky stuff going on with YouTube. There really is. Let's try not to go down that rabbit hole right now. It's like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This channel is never going to be monetized, most likely. Even if it does get monetized, they're going to nickel and dime me to death on this one. That's why, unfortunately, this is not my main channel. Robo Squadron is my main channel. That's where the vast majority of my focus is going. But I am trying to. I love doing this stuff. I've learned that I love doing this, and so I will definitely keep this going. Unfortunately, I just will not be able to focus on it like 110% like I am with my main channel. But like doing House of G on Monday, that's very doable. Very, very doable. Onward and upward. Okay, so let's get to the next issue here. This one's another flashback issue for Wolverine. So yeah, once again, where is it there? -1 in July 1997, it should be. Yeah, they're both July. Yep, 1997. So yeah, this is a one-shot event across various titles. Now this one talks about Wolvie faces off with the most savage villain of all time, Sabretooth. So yeah, we're doing a one-shot here, Wolverine versus Sabretooth. And then we have over here, we got co-starring Nick Fury, the real Nick Fury. I missed the original real Nick Fury. They need to bring him back. I know people are goo-goo over the black one from the movies. But as far as I'm concerned, that's not the real Nick Fury. And he's not. He's from an alternate universe, which I'm not happy with. They need to bring back the real one. But it gets even better. And then we have Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers. It just had to be Carol Danvers. What? Why is it Carol Danvers? Why is Carol Danvers in this? I don't understand at all. That makes no sense whatsoever. Nick Fury, I can see that. But Carol Danvers, super spy? Since when is Carol Danvers a super spy? That's new to me. That is news to me. Carol freaking Danvers, are you serious with this? And look at that picture. Like look at that picture of her. I mean, it's just like that. She's got that resting bitch face. It's like. It's like Marvel just has never known what to do with her. It's so bland. Like, she has no energy. She's just like, oh my gosh, I just can't with this. We'll find out here what exactly her role is in this. So, as you might have guessed, we got one Stan Lee on the front cover there. Boom chakalaka. Excelsior, Stan the man himself. Yep. So this has been very much a theme that they've put into this. Hi, true believers. I'm your chef, Stan Lee. Welcoming you to the days before yesterday. The days before a man named Logan became a Wolverine. And you won't even need a time travel machine to visit the past with us. And this is why I love comic books. You can have so much fun with it. You can literally do whatever your imagination cooks up and bring it to life. I mean, comic books, they're just fun. They're amazing. They really are. That's the thing. See, here's the thing about the MCU. The MCU was designed to bring in quote-unquote normies, people that have no experience, no history with comic books. And so people watch these movies. They've never picked up a comic book in their life. and they see these characters on the big screen, big, flashy CGI graphics and everything. Oh, it's so pretty, so pretty. So they think they know these. They think they know these characters. They think they know the Marvel universe, but they don't. They really, really don't. And I'm not knocking these people because you know what. The MCU, by and large, for the most part, it was a fun string of movies. But without a doubt, as a true comic book fan, I mean, there were issues. Like I was watching them, and it's like, yep, they took artistic license there. That's not what I remember from the comic books. Boom, boom, boom. But I was able to suspend all that, the disbelief and all that stuff, the inconsistencies. I was able to suspend it enough to enjoy the movies for what they were. But as far as I'm concerned, those movies are not canon. They are their own separate universe derived from the real, true Marvel universe. That's my take on them. That's my view on them. So you got these normies that sit here and they rave about the movies, the MCU, and they don't understand. It's not the real Marvel comic books. It's not the real Marvel universe. Those are not the real characters. They're derived from the real characters. So that's what those particular people, they don't understand that. And let's see here. Okay, so this one actually goes a little bit further with it, with Stan the Man Lee here. So you get to the second page, and he's still going. He's cooking, doing his barbecue thing, you know, chatting you up and everything, breaking that fourth wall. And hey, look who we got here. There's Logan right there. Stan the Man Lee is cooking for Logan, aka Wolverine. Cooking him a burger or steak or something. Oh, this is great. This is great right here. Now here's the thing. I'm a Wolverine fan. X-Men Wolverine. Wolverine's always been one of my favorite characters. So I'm more invested in this issue than I was in that X-Force flashback with the Proud Star brothers, because I know more about Wolverine than I do those guys, and I have a greater emotional investment in the title. So it's like this is definitely more of a kick for me, and it's fun. It is. It's legitimately fun. It's a one-shot flashback, one shot. That's all it is, and that's all that it was meant to be, and that's why it succeeded, at least in my humble opinion, as far as this is going so far. And you got Stan the Man Lee breaking the fourth wall, talking directly to you. He's like, "Hey, let's listen in here." That's literally what he's saying. He's like, "Wait, let's get it there. Come closer so you can listen in." And it draws you into the story as if you're there and eavesdropping on these characters. That's how you write a comic book, folks. That is how you do comic books. That's what makes them so much fun. And yeah, so so this is a flashback. So this is after he got the adamantium and became, I think this is technically before he actually became Wolverine. Before he became an X-Men. So he's essentially still Weapon X at this point. And so there's some sort of mission that they want to include him on. But who's that? Hold on. Who's this chick? Who is this chick? I don't think that's Carol Danvers. She's this chick's got red hair. I'm thinking, I don't know. Doesn't really say. Who is this? Heather. Somebody named Heather. I got no idea. Okay, so somebody named Heather. He takes off. I got no idea. Wolverine, he gets in this plane. He flies off with this dude. I'm not sure who this dude is. They're going on this mission looking for somebody. Or something. Logan Creed North. Boom Chakalaka. It's definitely attached to the Weapon X program and everything. It says right there, Sabretooth, so Sabretooth is coming in at some point. I'm interested. Wolverine gets some sort of, I'm assuming, I don't know, full body x-ray or something. I don't know, he goes to see a doctor. So I think this is supposed to be pretty shortly after the Weapon X ordeal. And he becomes, Weapon X before Wolverine and everything. He's going to a doctor to get some information about regarding his the status of his physiology there. And yeah, his bones are covered in adamantium and everything. Yeah, so he's still trying to come to terms with this at this point. So it looks like this is very, very shortly after the Weapon X deal, in actuality. So I'm interested. Wait a minute. Now it's my understanding that after the Weapon X, Wolverine did work for the Canadian government or something like that. I think that's the case. So he's talking to his doctor, and then boom, in comes Sabretooth kicking the door in. Now Sabretooth also worked for the government or something like that, Canadian government. Yeah, he's talking about government secrets and whatnot. So yeah, at this point, Sabretooth is an agent of the Canadian government. But here's the thing. So Sabretooth comes in, Wolverine doesn't recognize him. And Sabretooth Creed is a little shocked. He's like, you don't remember me? You really don't remember me? Or Logan's like, no. Now, in a little thought bubble, Logan's all like, the scent is familiar, but he can't. The scent is familiar, but malign somehow. So he can tell that there's something off, something bad about this fellow here. And that's what his animal senses are telling him. Because it's not just, he doesn't just have the healing factor and the claws. He does have heightened senses, such as his ability to smell things that the average person can't. Okay, so Hydra is involved somehow. Weird. Okay, so yeah. So Sabretooth Creed, he's all like, you really don't remember? And Wolverine's like, no. And then, as you might expect, he pulls out a gun, points at the back of his head, and he tries to assassinate Wolverine. Logan. And so, Logan got the scent of this guy that there was something maligned about him. Well, the guy's basically trying to assassinate him. You got these other guys coming in. Now these guys, based on the dialogue, there is some, I think they're Hydra. Because the previous panel said something about Hydra. They're after both of them. So these guys, they're not all on the same team here. We got 3 different parties here. And yeah, so big old shootout and everything. Boom, 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 boom. H boom, boom, H boom, boom. Let's see here. Well, yeah, so as you expect, lots of dialogues, chases. Now, Creed manages to catch up with Wolverine there. Still trying to take him out. Not really sure why. Supposedly, maybe the government's trying to take him out. I guess it would make sense. They created this Weapon X Logan version of Logan, and they probably think he's too dangerous to let him live. So, boom, they get into a scrap. The scrap you've been waiting for, Sabretooth versus Wolverine. And he catches Creed off guard. Creed is pretty surprised right there. And he's realizing that Logan's not going to be that easy to take down. Now, Wolverine, he gets the jump on him. And Creed's all like, finish it. And Logan's all like, maybe someday. Not today. That's that. I don't know why. It's maybe it has to do with the fact that he can't remember. This guy seems to know him. That could have something to do with it. And maybe he's hoping that somehow this guy will willingly or not help him get back some of his memories or something. Maybe that has something to do with it. Because the guy did just try to kill him. And Okay, yeah. And as he comes back from this little adventure, and Heather asks him, when did you start smoking cigars? So apparently that's where he picked up the cigar habit. I missed that somewhere in the, yeah, breezing through it. And that is the end. So that's the end of that one. This is a flashback issue, -1 shot. So it's a little bit on the light side, but I mean, it was enjoyable. I'm glad it was a one shot because I don't think I would have been interested enough to pick up another one. I mean, the story itself, it was definitely meant to be self-contained, to offer a little bit of a teaser into Logan's, Wolverine's past there, his history. And it wasn't meant to spill beans on his entire origin. So in that regard, they did it right. It was meant to be a one shot, and they made it a self-contained story, nothing heavy, something kind of, just light and fun. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it for what it was. I wouldn't mind reading that through again, like front to back. And I mean, it's a good example of a concept done right. They understood the limitations of the concept. It was meant to be, one shot. It had a start to the story, it had a middle part of the story, and it had a clear ending to the story. And it very clearly said the end at the very end of the issue. That is a comic book done right. They did that the right way. And man, that's what a lot of like the movie fans that have never picked up a comic book, this is what they don't understand. They do not understand this. They don't. These characters have history. They were created by people a long time ago with a very specific vision in mind. And the MCU has taken all of that and put a spin on that is not in line with the original vision of the creator, let alone the actual history of these characters. And these characters have history. I mean, some of these comic book characters go back many decades. We're talking like 1940s, 1950s. And there are a lot of these people that have never picked up a comic book. They don't have any respect for that. The companies that produce some of this movie stuff and even some of the modern comic books, they don't respect the history of these characters. They don't respect the origins. They don't respect the vision of these characters and these universes even. Now, Carol Danvers. Wait a minute. Wait. Said special guest star Nick Fury and Carol Danvers. Where the hell are they? What? Wait a minute. Where are they? I don't even... What? Wait a minute. Is that... Oh, that's... Okay. I didn't even realize that was them. So... Okay. So they were in here. So that is Nick Fury and Carol Danvers right there. I didn't even realize that was them. Nick Fury doesn't have his shield outfit on or anything. Carol Danvers just looks like a blonde chick hanging out. Nice history, backstory, character development, not arrested. Exactly. That's exactly right, Remy. This was a solid one. It's not heavy reading as far as comic books go. The character goes Wolverine. It's not heavy reading. This is light reading, and it was designed to be that way. Flashback. It was designed to be fun. Fun, short, beginning and end, light reading, and to give just a tiny little sliver of a peek into Wolverine's history. And that's exactly what it was meant to be, and that's what they did with it, and it worked. And by and large, they respected the character. Now, as far as Carol Danvers, and I'm gonna have to take a look at this because I don't know where they came in on this. All of a sudden, they were just in the story. Like, I don't know. Like, where did they come from? where the hell did they come from? What? Because you got the Heather and the other dude at the beginning. That's not them. And then just all of a sudden, boom, they're in the story. Jump in the back seat, buddy. The cavalry has. Okay, so at the point where Sabretooth is trying to assassinate Wolverine, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, you got this fourth party coming in. Nick Fury and Carol Danvers are like, Nick Fury's all like, get in, buddy. The cavalry has arrived. I completely missed it. And I hope he's worth the trouble, Colonel. So everybody's gunning for Logan at this point. They know his abilities. They know that he survived the adamantium process. Everybody wants a piece of him. Everybody. Do I know you, bub? Do I know either of you? You don't know special. I'm sure. Okay, so yeah, Carol. Nick Fury is all like, yeah, you don't know Carol, but you and me go back a ways. Okay, so apparently Nick Fury and Logan have a long history, which I was not aware of. But as far as Carol Danvers go, I have no idea when she became a quote-unquote super spy. I thought she was supposed to be an Air Force pilot or something like that. I don't know what's going on here. I don't even understand why Carol Danvers is in this. And then the Russia's involved. The Soviet Union has been keeping an eye on this one. So this is 1997. This is when the Soviet Union was still around, I guess. I want to say that's Black Widow. So apparently there's a fifth party involved. What? Yeah, cameos. There's a ton of cameos in this. Like I said, everybody wants a piece of Wolverine. And he's not even Wolverine yet. What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. It was a fun issue. It was... The only real complaint is Carol Danvers. What the crap is Carol Danvers doing in this? I have no idea. When did she become a quote-unquote super spy? I don't know anything about the character, really. I don't really care to know anything about the character. From what I've seen about Carol Danvers in this, I'm not impressed. It's like, yeah, she easily could not have been in this issue, and it would not have impacted the story any way, shape, or form. It's like, but other than that, it was a fun issue. It was. It was designed to be light reading, and that's exactly what they accomplished. So it was fun. And that's the same thing with that X-Force flashback with the Proudstar brothers. It's all it's meant to be, light reading, tiny little glimpse into their past. Maybe answer one or two questions of the many questions that fans might have about these characters. 1997, this is from back in the day when they still did comic books right. And yeah, 23, 24 years ago. How much things can change within a decade or two. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, this one, I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was not meant to be heavy reading, anything crazy. Nothing really earth-shaking. Just a fun little glimpse into the character. And it worked. Yeah, tons of cameos. I'm a little surprised at how many cameos there are. There's so many parties involved in this one. That's because Wolverine is an interesting character. At least he used to be. The modern Wolverine is a freaking joke. What they've done to Wolverine, Cyclops, Green Grey, it's a freaking joke. It angers me what they've done, which is why I won't spend money on it. But the real Wolverine, the real character, the original, he's an interesting character. A lot of people love him. And they did him good with this one. So, yeah, it's just a great example of what a real comic book looks like versus the hot gutter trash that they're pushing today. It's not in terrible condition. It's in fairly good condition. So I'm glad about that. Not perfect. It's not near mint, but it's in pretty good condition. We'll keep it in good condition as best we can here. Boom shakalaka, Flashback Wolverine, issue -1, 1997. Wolverine versus Sabretooth. It was a good one. It was. Yeah, poor Logan. He's all confused. He doesn't remember anything at this point at all. Because, like I said, it looks like this took place very shortly after the whole Weapon X thing. And he's still sorting himself out, trying to figure himself out in his place in the world. Everybody wants a piece of him. Oh, the poor guy. He just wants to live his life. He really does. He has no interest in all this stuff. He just wants to live his life literally, and just do his thing. But these people, all of these different factions, they won't let him have that, just because of what he is. Okay, so now we get to the coup de grace of this particular House of G. Now, Remy, I know you were there, but anybody else watching, if you happen to see the last House of G, this is going to be directly connected to it. So we have X Factor. Boom. The death of multiple man. Double-sized issue, their darkest battle, their greatest loss. So if you watched the last House of G, you know. Actually, let me show you here. Let me show you here. Now, this is issue number 100. And then the previous X Factor we just went over, that is actually issue 146. So this is 46 issues after the fact. We went over this one. It was the quote-unquote Return of Multiple Man. So if you want to know what I thought about that one, check out the previous House of G. Yeah, I wasn't actually too happy about it. Now, this one, I cannot make this up. So I was going through, I pulled out the box with to get some issues for this House of G. I've got 2 stacks in there right now. I do have a small stack of stuff that's already bagged and boarded, and then the other stack that still needs to be bagged and boarded. I can't make this up. This was sitting right on top of the stack that's already bagged and boarded. It was just sitting there. It's plain as day. And it's got a touch of kismet. I was like, okay, we're doing this. We are doing this. It's like, so yeah, Remy, you know what I'm talking about. The X Factor thing, multiple man. You know how I felt about that issue. But here we go. Here's the issue where he dies. Where multiple man dies. It was just sitting there, begging to be talked about. I can't make this up. I can't. Now, it's already bagged and boarded, but, you know, we're going to talk about it anyways. So this is what I plan on doing in the future once I do get through all of those and get those bagged and boarded. This is a good preview of what we're going to be doing here in the future. Yeah, this oh my goodness. Yeah, this board is a little bit on the weathered yellow side. I mean, you can tell. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but like, yeah, this is this bag and this board are fairly old at this point. I don't know if you can really see it. There's kind of a crease on the edge of the board and everything. It's not yellowed. It's like slightly on the verge of yellowed. So yeah, this thing's been sitting in my collection for quite some time. Now, unfortunately, even though it's been bagged and boarded, something did happen to it. Let's see if I can get a good angle in there. That corner, yeah, this happened a very long time ago. Somehow the corner got damaged, which is unfortunate. But I was able to get it. Yeah, Udoggy. Yeah, I love your spirit there, Remy. That's like, oh, Jiminy Cricket. So yeah, this is issue number 100. March of 1994. Where are we going? Yeah, March of 1994. Let me take a look, because I think that was 1997. This one, issue 146. I think this is 1997, so that's a 3-year difference. Yeah, let me take a quick look. I want to. Was it 1997? Let's see here. 1998. 4-year difference between the two. So let's see what kind of a difference 4 years will make here. Very curious about it. I can't make this up. It was just sitting on top. It was just sitting on top. That's like, what? It's kismet. It's kismet. Okay, so we have 4 years between the death of Multiple Man and the previous House of G return of Multiple Man. And as you know, Remy, I was not happy with the return of Multiple Man. Oh, Jiminy Cricket, dude. Let's see here. I don't know, something weird going on. Yeah, just some weird. What? What? Okay. So this is kind of starting off with a bang there. Yeah, I'm trying to get an idea because this is gonna. It's 100 the issue number 100, double-sized issue, so there's going to be a lot going on here. I don't know. So this chick looks like she's a part of X Factor. She's got the X on her chest and everything. Don't know her name. She's got no hair. Yeah, if she had hair, she might be attractive. I don't like women with boys' haircuts. It's not attractive. So, even back in the day, yeah, this is 1994. 1994. Even in 1994, they were trying to pull this gender-bending nonsense. It's been around a long time. Very long time. Longer than I think some people realize. They've been pushing this. Very slowly trying to subvert just basic natural stuff that shouldn't be messed with. And there we go. Boom. So she's something about standing with Haven. You got these characters. That looks like some Egyptian-looking chick right there. That looks like Anubis almost. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. Almost looks like Anubis, just without the snout. And then we got X Factor comes in on the scene here. And they're all like, what are you doing? And something about Haven. I don't know what Haven is. Mahapralaya? I got no idea what that is. It better not get me in trouble as far as YouTube goes. I don't know what it means. So it's like... Oh, Jimmy Cricket, man. Apparently they're... Okay, who... Rain. That's right. Her name is Rain. From the neck down, she's physically attractive, but she's got the haircut of a boy, which makes her really ugly. But her name is Rain. Her name's Rain. I remember the name Rain. Rahne. I don't remember her abilities, but she's apparently having a fit of rebellion, looking like, oh, I stand with Haven, which whatever Haven is, I have no idea. Seems Egyptian in nature, even though this is taking place in California. Maybe it's like a haven for mutants or something. I don't know. Without reading it thoroughly, which I'm not going to be able to do. We're already an hour and a half into the stream. This is a double issue 100th, number 100. So it's like, and then all of a sudden, apparently they're in space. I don't know. All of a sudden, it's showing this stuff. I don't know if they're on a ship and it's taking off into orbit. Maybe they're in space now. It's kind of hard to... I'm not really sure. Or if it's just a... I don't know. I think they're on a ship or something. Maybe. But yeah, there's a lot of tension going on. A lot of conflict within the group because of Rain. And then... Hold on here. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Whoa. 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 Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I've actually been kind of wondering this about Multiple Man. And this actually touches on it pretty hard. So we got Rain. So apparently this chick, whoever this is, apparently she's the source of conflict here. And she's basically passing herself off as some sort of mutant savior or something like that. I don't know. And then you got, let's see if I can get a good angle here. That is Multiple Man and one of his duplicates. And the source entity of Multiple Man is down there with Havoc. As you see, so shut up. So the duplicates all like, I'm going to go ahead and read this here so you can get an idea. How can you, wait, here's diluted. Yeah, so I think that's what's her name? Polaris, maybe? She's like referring to this chick as twisted as Magneto, which I'm inclined to agree with. And then the duplicate, one of Multiple Man's duplicates, not the source entity of Multiple Man, the real Multiple Man, one of his duplicates chimes in. How can you say that? From the moment I read her book, I knew she was the one I've been waiting for all my life. Jamie, you can feel it, can't you? Jamie is Multiple Man. Just being her in presence fills me with hope. Look at what she did for Rain. If she can cure her, she can certainly help. And then Jamie loses it. He's like, shut up. Just shut up. And that's Jamie basically talking to himself at that point. Shut up. Boom. And this is where it gets interesting. I am sick to death of you duplicates, running around acting like you've got minds of your own. You don't. I'm the only Jamie Madrox. Do you hear me? You're just a lousy carbon copy. And it's time I sent you back where you belong. And then before he can absorb this duplicate back into him, the copy fights back. It's probably the first time this has happened. Don't touch me. I'm not a carbon copy. I'm a man. You don't own me any more than Alex owns Rain. Haven't you got yourself... Haven, you've got yourself another recruit. Okay, this is getting interesting. Because multiple man, he's not like super powerful or anything, but the entire concept of multiple man is actually pretty intriguing, if you ask me. It's these copies, these duplicates of multiple man. Like, who are they really? Are they? I've wondered about it. It's like, are they basically like semi-mindless drones that he controls and everything, or do they have like real? I guess you could say independence. As far as I've actually wondered about that in the past. I read this back in the day, but it's been a long time, so I'm kind of reading this again for the first time, almost. Yeah, he's like, I'm not a carbon copy. Haven, you got yourself another recruit. So this multiple man clone, duplicate, whatever he is, he goes rogue. Dun dun dun. And he joins with X Factor's enemies there. Interesting indeed. Okay, let's keep diving into this here. Yeah, I'm actually pretty intrigued right now. What the funky cold Meduna? Yeah, so this is getting to some pretty trippy stuff here. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I think they get teleported or something. Not really sure. They end up in this weird dimension, and they're all like just kind of odd looking to say the least. And then, oh no! I gotta be careful with that. It's already damaged. Something weird going on. They're in this weird dimension. They're reaching for each other, and then boom, Havoc and Polaris get fused together into one. There's weird stuff going on with the other guys here. Some weird dimension. That guy devolves into a puddle of goo with a giant mouth. Oh, hello. And then multiple man. This gets interesting. Multiple man, boom. I mean, multiple duplicates, and he's just all fused together. It's getting pretty trippy here. It's getting pretty trippy. Then there's one off by himself for some reason. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. Who are you? Now this is that Haven chick talking at this point. Who are you? I think, because it's got the same pink around the box that she has when she's talking. Who are you, Jamie Madrox? Which face is the real you? Your mind is a hall of mirrors, multiple images fractured and reflected. I move past the mirrors and find a core of fear so bright it blinds me. The result of a childhood spent in solitude, with only shadows of yourself for company. Have you ever let anyone touch this place before? Have you ever looked past the mirrors and seen your true self? So small, so frightened, so very alone. With time, I could show you how to embrace aloneness and use it to make you stronger. But for you, of all these tortured souls, it may be too late. And as she's saying these things, one by one, his duplicates are being stripped away and pulled away until he is left alone. So, yeah, honestly, Multiple Man has always been kind of an intriguing character for me. And this, from what I know of the character and everything, from what I've read of him, this is the first time they've really dived this deep into the reality of who he is. It's pretty intriguing. So yeah, this Haven chick is just sending them all through this psychic mind foobar. I don't know. Apparently there's some sort of physical reality to it, but mostly psychic, I guess. Apparently she's pretty powerful, to say the least. Hold on. Okay. So, wow. Okay, so they come out of this, whatever it was. I think it was maybe some form of teleportation, in a sense. And there's the Jamie Maddox duplicate, and he's clearly taking the side of Haven, and he's facing off against X Factor. He's all, he's just like, yeah, come get some. Or, you didn't really think Haven trusted you. We got 5 seconds to surrender. He's telling X Factor they need to surrender, otherwise it's going to get ugly. Wow. Wow, this really took a turn. I mean, so yeah, so the fight, the fight begins, and there's Jamie. Let's see. Wait, wrong one. Yeah, so there's Jamie, and he's weakened by what she did to him, and his duplicates are a mess. Like, they have no face. There's something wrong with their face. Like, there's something really wrong with them. Like, really wrong with them. She messed him up. Like, she messed him up. And he knows it. It's like, he's like, I got to do something, but I'm so blasted weak at my dupes. Look at them, featureless, directionless, staggering around like mindless automations. If I could only think straight. But my fever's back up, my lungs are burning. It's the okay. So he's got the legacy virus on top of everything, eating away at me, sucking the life out of me. Boom, he passes out or something. Maybe my dupe was right. Maybe the only hope for salvation is Haven. Wait a minute. Whoa, what's going on here? Whoa. Wow, this is a pretty solid issue, let me tell you. So then we got multiple. I think this is supposed to be the core Jamie, like the prime source for Multiple Man, and he's a mess. Like that's the Multiple Man, the Jamie Maddox. The rest of these guys are copies. So you got these guys. I'm not sure if the copies are making copies or what's going on. But this guy, what? Okay, if I'm understanding this right, I think the duplicate is making duplicates. I did not know that was possible. Like, he's going on this verbal tirade. Duplicity. That was actually a pretty good movie. I remember that one. It was funny. And it raises some very good questions. I wouldn't mind watching that one again too. That's because there were some very imperfect copies there. Let's put it that way. But that's the thing, is like with Duplicity, he made, if I remember correctly, he made clones of the clones, which is why one of them was like a complete and total retard. But then that's why this is where it's getting interesting here, because I think that's the duplicate making duplicates. And it's like, what is that? What kind of, what does that mean for his duplicates? What kind of impact is it going to have on them? But he's just going off now. He's like, how could you do it, Jamie? You betrayed X Factor, spit in the face of Charles Xavier's dream. You still don't get it, do you, Jamie? I'm doing this because of the dream. I've had enough of living in a world of war and hatred and disease. Haven can end it all and lead men and mutants into paradise. Wow, I mean, this is getting brutal. This is getting heavy. Like, they're not pulling any punches with this. They're not pulling any punches. That's the duplicate. Oh man, 1 second. That's the duplicate of Jamie Maddox, aka Multiple, making duplicates. And just, going to war with himself. Literally. Because there it is. The real duplicates versus the duplicates of duplicates. I mean, they're just going at it. Boom, boom, boom. Haven gets pregnant? What? I don't know where you saw that. But she does say, be patient, child. I don't know. I don't think she gets pregnant, but... But we got a full-on war here of duplicates versus duplicates. And then, I'm a little confused, because I think that was the original Jamie Maddox. I don't know what's happening, what he's doing, but then I think it's duplicate paradise. Take a look around. Look at the foundation your paradise is being built on. She's turned you against your friends, against yourself, literally against himself. She's turned him literally against himself in like the most literal way possible. All these years, no matter how hard life might have been, we always had each other. This is a duplicate talking to duplicate. And now she's robbed us of even that. I don't need you. And that's the rebellious duplicate speaking. I'm sick of being just another face in a crowd of Madroxes. I want my own thoughts, my own feelings, my own life. This is why this particular issue really fascinated me. Because it's a fascinating character, Multiple Man. You get the real core Multiple Man, the source Multiple Man. But then what about these duplicates? What about them? How much of a mind of their own do they really have? Are they just like I said, semi-mindless drones, or are they real separate entities? I mean, because he can absorb them back into his body. I don't think he really got a whole lot of attention in the past, which is what makes this issue so fascinating. They deep dived into this character in this issue. That's what made it such a cool issue. And yeah, they're literally fighting against duplicate. And then, let's see here. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is okay. Yeah, so Jamie Maddox has the legacy virus. That became. Yeah, he mentioned that in a previous panel. This is him. This is the. Well, I want to say, this is because he was talking like he was the source. He was the primary Multiple Man, the prime source of these duplicates. And here he is. He's made his way to Haven somehow. He's not looking good. He's not looking good at all. He's like, Haven, please, you've got to help. And then he, boom, passes out, falls over. Yeah, the fight rages and everything. They're trying to get to Haven and ultimately Jamie Maddox. And she basically stops. So Haven basically stops fighting. But she has Jamie Maddox in her arms, and like. Oh, with duplicates? I got no idea. Anything's possible. Who knows? That's a question that's probably best reserved for Pornhub. Let's put it that way. But yeah, the legacy virus, from what I understand, it attacks people with like mutant genes. So there's some sort, even though they're mutants and they got all kinds of different abilities, I think the idea was that they were all connected somehow with this weird, like the mutant, the X gene I think is what they called it. Let's see here. Yeah, so she's got it. With the satellite destroyed, there's no more need for battle. My warriors lay down your arms. This is Haven talking. And it cuts the X Factor just like that. Haven, hey, that's Madrox that she's got with her. What the devil is she up to now? And then Haven continues this point would be pointless. I accept the dictates of the divine will. Polaris, like said, are you surrendering? Of course not. Ultimately, I will succeed. This world will burn and be reborn, but not tonight. So yeah, this Haven chick is looking to like burn the entire world, and then quote unquote, have it reborn. I guess in her image. I don't know. This is why I have brought Jamie Madrox to you. The question, a hostage, Then Haven is all, no Havoc, a friend. He keeps me suffering and afraid, asking for release from his pain. I will give it to him just as I freed Rain from the psychic bonding of the Genotians. So shall I free Madrox from the legacy virus. Okay, apparently he did not tell the rest of the X Factor that he had the legacy virus. Because they're very shocked by this. Okay, she claims, so this Haven chick claims to be the instrument of God. I don't know where this is coming from. She seems pretty delusional in my opinion. I'm trying to figure this out here because this has been a very fascinating issue. Wait a minute, what? Wait. Okay, so she's claiming that she can heal Jamie of the legacy virus. And she's putting the decision on Havoc's shoulders whether to heal Jamie Maddox or leave him to his fate, which would be death at this point. And he says, do it. Which okay, so she attempts to heal him. He said, okay, so here, oh my gosh. Okay, so she's all like, Havoc, it's your decision. And he's sitting there, he's struggling with it. Finally says, do it. Because he wants to save his friend's life. Can't blame him for that. Not one bit. Even though they consider her to be an enemy. And so she's doing her thing. Whatever it is that she's doing her thing. And she's all... Okay, so apparently that's supposed to represent her basically like sucking the legacy virus out of his body. And she's all, it's done. But then here's the thing. Rejoice, X Factor. I have sent your friend on a journey to the heart of Oblivion and returned him to you healed and whole. So she believes that she's healed him. And Jamie's standing there and he's honestly not looking so good. And then boom, he like falls over. Boom. Hold on here. Oh no. Oh my dear God, no. So she's shocked. She thought she could heal him. And she fails to heal him. And he's dead. And that's supposed to be the core multiple man, the prime duplicate, or the real Jamie Madrox. And Havoc blames her. So he's accusing her of murdering him. And yeah, so I she's definitely hearing voices, no doubt about that. Apparently this Haven chick is like 700 years old or something. She's apparently like really old or something. I don't know who this chick is. She basically sounds like Apocalypse? Not Apocalypse, Dark Side. Apocalypse. I don't know. One of those just crazy lunatic madmen that, wants to watch the world burn. Claims to know what's going to happen. I don't know. So this one that's pretty much how it ends. Jamie Maddox, the core multiple man, he dies. Boom. He dies. At least that's supposed to be the core multiple man. It's supposed to be the prime Jamie. And then she thought that she had healed him. And that's pretty much the end of it there. And she's like, I don't know, she's like really old. She claims to see the future or something like that. She sounds like she's off her rocker, if I'm being honest. But that's where it ends as far as the Jamie Maddox death goes. And I'm a little confused on it because, okay, so I don't remember if I have the issue after this or not. I'm gonna have to. This might possibly be to be continued. Because I'm not sure I've got the issue. This is issue 100. I'm not sure if I have 101. I don't know if it continues talking about it. But by and large, I mean, this was a very good issue. This was a really good issue. It was. And I mean, it's really fascinating, really intriguing, because it really, all of a sudden, boom, it hits you with the possible reality that these duplicates are not merely just mindless duplicates. There might be something more to them. And which raises a lot of questions about Multiple Man. He's an interesting character. I've always seen him as kind of a minor character, but the reality of his abilities has always intrigued me. And like I said, from what I can remember, this is the first time they really dived into it. So, yeah, that is why this thing was such a disappointment. I mean, I read this. It was the quote unquote return of Multiple Man. But there was nothing there. It was absolutely, especially after reading this was a good story. This went in a deep dive into Multiple Man. This was just nothing. It wasn't even a fluff. It was just a joke. I mean, it was straight up a joke. Doesn't explain anything about how he's still alive. It doesn't. And this issue actually talks about this one as being possibly a duplicate. So it's very confusing. It doesn't explain it at all. So that's why I was so disappointed with the last House of G, with that X Factor. It was so anticlimactic. It was the exact opposite of what this thing was. This thing was fascinating. It was a very interesting story. And that quote unquote return of Multiple Man, I mean, that was just a sad joke. That's the equivalent of comic book clickbait. And they're only 4 years apart. Like, how do you go in 4 years? How do you go from this to this? Can you explain that to me? How do you go in 4 years, this to this? Only 4 years. In such a drastic difference, a drastic contrast. Wow. It's kind of mind-blowing. It's kind of mind-blowing there. Because in this issue, it very clearly leads you to believe that the prime Jamie Maddox, the core entity, the core man of Multiple Man, dies from the legacy virus. And which begs the question, well, if he's dead, what happens to his duplicates? How can his duplicates continue to exist? Stuff like that. You know, there's some pretty major questions as far as the character goes. And I'm honestly curious to find out what exactly is going on here. Now, this is issue 100, 46 issues later, 146, the quote-unquote return of Multiple Man, doesn't answer any of the questions at all. It's just a sad little joke compared to, I mean, this was a good issue. This is a good story. This was a good story in this issue. And that 146 was just a bad joke. But I am curious as to what, like, so with the issue, is there, you know, did they explain it more in issue 101? Are there other issues between 100 and 146 where they do talk about it and touch on it and dive into it more? I got no idea. Because I didn't, you know, wasn't able to keep up with it like that at the time. But now I'm curious. Like, I'm really curious. I want to know what happened. I want to know what's going on with this character. Because in 4 years later, they didn't do it justice. They did not. It was a huge letdown. 4 years, man. Come on. That's all it took was 4 years to take that much of a slide as far as quality and whatnot goes. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back into the bag and board here. Oof. Yeah, at some point I'm going to need to replace this. Because that board especially is not looking too good. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, but at some point I will. You know, I might even make that part of the series, rebagging and reboarding with fresh supplies and everything. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But now I'm curious. Yeah, I want to get in my collection. I want to see if I have any more of these. I'm honestly not sure at this point. As far as X Factor, between 100 and 146, I want to see if I've got additional issues that touch more on what's going on here with Jamie Maddox. The last issue that we did in the last House of G, complete huge disappointment. This one lived up to the hype. This is a comic book story done right. And there's only 4-year difference between this one and the other one. I mean, that's just kind of mind-blowing if you ask me. This was a really good issue. 4 years later is pretty much trash. Not complete trash, but it was pretty much trash. It wasn't as bad as the stuff they're putting out right now. But compared to this, I mean, it was a night and day. I wouldn't say cataloged. I back in the day, you know, I did try to organize them and everything. Cataloging, that's probably a good idea. No, you know what? No, I did try to catalog. I'm pretty sure that the catalog that I did put together is like long gone at this point. I can't remember. I have no idea. Because I think I did it on my computer back in the day, and that particular PC is that ended up in the dumpster a very long time ago. So I'm going to have to recatalog it. That's one of the things I'm going to have to do here. Thank you for asking that question, bringing that up, because I think I can actually work that into the House of G here. So we'll do that along the way. I'm not going to worry about cataloging these right now because I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to reorganize the collection, see where they fit in and everything. So I'll worry about cataloging after we get these bagged and boarded and I start getting into the rest of my collection here. Once we get to that point, I'll start doing that. That's actually a good point right there. That's a good question. Because, I mean, stuff like this is a good story. This is a good example of what a good comic book looks like. Right there, boom. It's not just clickbait. I mean, it's not just clickbait. There's an actual legitimate story going on here. And it's a very interesting and intriguing story. This is comic books done right. This right here is why I love comic books. This is why I got into comic books as a kid. Wow, that's a good one. That was a good one. All right, so she's back in her bag and board. I will need to update the bag and board at some point. Hopefully I'll be able to do that sooner rather than later. We'll see here, but we'll go ahead and put that in the box there. And yeah, at some point we'll get around to that more. Man, I'm really my interest is peaked. I want to know if I've got issue 101. I really want to know if I've got issue 101. We'll find out here one of these days. If I do have it, we'll make that might become the anchor issue for that particular House of G. Boom shakalaka. Okay, so I'm not going to end it just yet, but I'm going to switch scenes here. Give me 1 second. All right, boom shakalaka. All right. So it's getting close to wrapping this one. Wow, oh my goodness. This has been a 2-hour stream. This has been one of the long ones. I usually try to make it like an hour and a half. But I mean, that was a double-sized issue and such a good story. I had a deep dive into it. Jiminy Cricket, man. So if anybody else is watching and you're into the movies but you've never picked up a comic book, the comic books came first. That right there is a great example as to why I love comic books, why I'm passionate about these characters, these universes, the stories, their backgrounds. They were created with a specific vision. The person that created that character, created that universe, they had something very, I'm telling you, they had something clear in mind. So they have not done these characters, these universes justice. They have not, the creators of these characters, they have not done the creators justice. I mean, it's oh my gosh. It's such a dirty, rotten shame what they have done to comic books in the modern era. I mean, it's downright criminal if you ask me. It's Jimmy Cricket. I mean, that was just such a good issue. Man. Because it raises some very good questions. Not just about like this one character who's a mutant, he creates these duplicates, but it touches on real life, like cloning, human cloning. That's a real thing. We have the technology to be able to do stuff like that. I don't know exactly how advanced it is. If we can create like full-on human clones at this point, maybe. I don't know. We're getting close, and it raises some serious questions. And this comic book is from 1994. What is that? 27 years ago? Dude. I mean, it's closing on three decades on that issue. And that's what I'm saying. Pop culture matters. A lot of people might not take this stuff seriously, but it does. Pop culture matters, folks. And that's a good example as to why. I mean, it touches on stuff that we can't. In reality, it's very difficult to really fully imagine it or talk about it, really understand it. Stuff like this, it gives us the opportunity to take a look at it from a more in-depth perspective, to really think about it in ways that we might not have thought about it before. Pop culture matters. These stories matter. They really, really do. It's like, who Dougie? Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed this one. That was a pretty amazing issue right there. That's the deepest I've ever dove into a particular issue, so that should tell you something about my interest in that one. It was a good one, in my humble opinion. That was a very, very, very good issue, and a complete and total contrast to the X Factor issue from last House of G, issue number 146. Complete and total contrast, night and day. Complete polar opposites. And that's from 1994, 1997, only 4 years apart. Oh my gosh. It is deep thinking. I'm kind of somewhere else at the moment as far as my thought process goes. Who dog you, Remy? Yeah, this is pretty amazing stuff. Yes, I know you've been busy, Remy. Hit me up sometime. I know you got some stuff going on. You had some, there was some stuff you said you wanted to discuss with me and whatnot. So when you get the time, hit me up, and maybe we can talk more about it, at least through email and stuff for now. But pre-1996. When was the writer's strike? 2007. Stuff like that. I mean, it makes you wonder. So we touched on like the writer's strike and stuff like that, and that was what, in 2007. So between 1994 and 1997, did something happen there? Something happened I'm not aware of? I mean, yeah, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, this downhill slide's been going on for decades, and it's just gotten worse and worse. But I think we have pinpointed a couple of moments where things definitely took a turn, and now for the better. And now I'm wondering, between 1994 and 1997, you're saying 1996. Was there something that happened in 1996 that I have no idea at this point? Because, I mean, that's such a drastic difference between those two issues. 4 years apart, 94 and 87. Drastic difference. The stories were completely different. Like the issue 100 X Factor was pretty serious. The issue 146, the quote-unquote return of Multiple Man, very flippant. It was not reverent at all to the source material. Oh, NAFTA, okay. Partnerships with China. See, I didn't know China was involved with the NAFTA thing. That was supposed to be North America Free Trade Agreement. I wouldn't be surprised if China was tied in there somehow, though. Okay. Yeah, the China angle. Anytime China's involved, it's not a good thing. It's not. And China is desperate to take down the U.S. market, let's put it that way. Okay. Like, I know China's been buying stuff, like American companies on American soil, and I never understood how that was even legally possible. But if that's tied to 1996 NAFTA, that would explain a few things. Jimmy Cricket, this is supposed to be about pop culture. How are we talking about freaking NAFTA? Like, what is going on here? Like, what? What is this? What the? Oh my goodness, this rabbit hole is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Dude, oh my gosh. This is, I mean, no, it's legitimately just nuts. I gotta, oh my gosh. I need to take a little bit better notes here. Let me open up something here. Jimmy Cricket, House of G, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where are you at? Boom shakalaka. Yeah, let me let me mark down a couple of things. Let's see, NAFTA 1906. Jimmy Cricket, okay. That's crazy. Well, manufacturing mainly, but you give them an inch and they take a mile. And I've heard about businesses, companies, land. Like China owns land in America, and it's like, how is that even possible? It shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be possible, but apparently it is. And yeah, manufacturing may have been the Trojan horse, but they've spread out into everything. Wow. Jimmy Cricket, man. Yeah, yeah, this is supposed to be just about pop culture in general, specifically at this point, comic books, my collection. And we're hitting some stuff that's just like, dude, what? And I believe there's something there. I do believe there's something there. I believe there is a connection. It's just like, that's not the connection I was expecting. Which is why I'm kind of at a loss for words at the moment. And like I said, I'm going hard with my main channel, so I simply don't have the time to research this stuff very well right now. But I'm taking notes, and as soon as I can find a moment, I will be looking into that more, because I'm curious. I mean, the downward slide that pop culture has taken, and in this instance, comic books specifically, it's not imagined. I'm not the only one talking about this stuff. Countless channels have made a name for themselves talking about this stuff, about the downward slide, the quote-unquote woke agenda. It didn't form in a vacuum. It came from somewhere. But people they're not going very deep with it. They're focusing mostly on the modern comic book situation. What you and I specifically, Remy, are talking about, we're deep diving this stuff. We're deep diving it. And I have not seen, there are a lot of channels out there that I have not had the chance, the opportunity to watch and really learn about. Maybe somebody already is. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if somebody wasn't already talking about this stuff. But at least in my experience, I haven't seen anybody talking about it. So you and I right now are deep diving this stuff, and it's Jimmy freaking Cricket, man. I can't get away with it. I can't get away from it. I started doing the House of G stream to get back to having fun, you know, get back to having fun with the comic books. And now it's like this. Now we're in the, oh my gosh, like deep into this rabbit hole. It's like I can't get away from it. What is going on? What is this, dude? Seriously, what is going on with the world? My goodness. So I'm a little lost for words, because this is not what the House of G, why I started doing it. It's not why I started doing it. And even with that explicit intent to just get back to having some fun with it, it just keeps leading right back to this stuff. It's just like, you can't get away from it. You can't. I'm not saying it doesn't need to be talked about, because it does. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed. It needs to be looked into. It's just Jimmy Cricket, man. I'm looking at it, and it's just like, I mean, I wish I had more time to do personal research on it and everything. I really do. I wish I had that time right now. I just don't. But at the very minimum, it'll be on the back burner. Bare minimum, bar none. Haha, no fun. We're in a war. Yeah, that much is true. We were absolutely in a war. There's a reason why it was called the Cold War back in the day. We're still in a type of Cold War, but instead of building up nuclear weapons, they're attacking our pop culture, among other things. Oh yeah, you gotta find something to laugh at, find some bright spot. And that is what I'm trying to do here with the House of G, is finding something positive, and when stuff like this pops up, find a way to laugh about it. At least to not find something bright about it in some way, like that bright spot, that silver lining. And that is the thing, though. In order to be able to fight this stuff, you have to understand it. You have to know your enemy. Yeah, we are at war. This is a pop culture war, among other things. What? I remember something about Madonna in the halftime show, but I never watched it really, because I stopped watching the Super Bowl like years ago. But I know there was something going on with Madonna, and I just can't with this. I just can't with this. That's why I don't spend money on this crap anymore. If it like the Super Bowl, I don't watch the Super Bowl anymore. I don't pay for Pedoflix. Hulu, I'm not sure Hulu's that much better. I haven't paid for Hulu in a long time. I tried it once. I wasn't terribly impressed with it. And that was before all the questionable stuff came to light. Disney, I don't spend money on Disney anymore. People, spend money on Disney Plus for The Mandalorian, for WandaVision. I haven't spent any money on it. I try to keep up with it as best I can, because knowledge is power. You have to know what's going on. But I can't bring myself to spend money on it to go that deep with it. And like the Super Bowl, I don't watch the Super Bowl anymore. I don't. If I hear something about the halftime show, I might look it up, but I don't. Jimmy Cricket, dude. Oh my goodness, this is just crazy. And just the contrast between this issue 100 and issue 146, the contrast alone is enough to kind of have me almost at a loss for words. And then talking about this stuff, that 4-year difference, 1994, 1997. 1996 NAFTA, open the door. I think we're gonna have to wrap this one up, because I don't know what else to say at this point. Honestly, I'm just completely honest. I don't know what to say. What more to say at this point? In some cases, yeah, that's where you're at. It's like choose your poison. Well, I choose to not take either poison as much as possible. At this point, it's impossible to not be not infected, but impacted by it in some way, shape, or form. It's impossible to completely not be touched by it. But I try to stay away from it as much as possible. I do my best to not feed the beast as much as possible. And it's difficult. It's difficult to accomplish that. Small increments of truth sometimes when it gets heavy. Yep. It's like, these are increments right here. Like we're touching on stuff that never made that connection. Like us having this conversation is shed some light on some stuff. Like the 2007 writer's strike. Which one was that? There was the issue from 2008 or something like that. I don't know. 2006. Yeah, there was a pretty big difference there. Before and after 2007, we got this difference before and after 1996. Because you mentioned NAFTA before, and I was kind of like, I could kind of see how maybe there might be a connection, but I didn't have anything I had no examples for it. Right now, we've got an example. We got X Factor 100 from 1994 and X Factor 146 from 1997. Now we have an actual real world example to draw on to help make that connection. It's such a huge difference. Huge difference. It makes you wonder. I'm wondering how many X Factor issues I had between 100 and 146. That's one of the things it's gonna take some time to get there, but we're gonna deep dive on that. We're gonna see what I've got in my collection to help kind of paint that picture a little bit bigger. Well, no, I'm glad you're loving it. I am, because we're in a rabbit hole right now. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know how that's coming across on the stream. I'm legitimately interested in it. It's just not. what I was expecting from the House of G. Jiminy Cricket, man. Yeah, evidence. That's the thing. I don't want to be. My gosh, I could do that. I could put up. Oh my gosh. I don't have enough wall. I don't have enough wall for that. There's so much red string. I'm telling you right now, there would be so much red string. I don't have enough wall for it. That's the. I don't want to be that guy, the crazy guy with the wall board. Oh my. It's like the dude from was it? It's Sunny in Philadelphia. You know the meme. He's like, he just looks crazy. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just trying to have fun. It's like, but maybe we could do like a virtual evidence board or something like that. Oh my gosh. So, no, I'm not going to ignore this stuff. We will talk about it. It's not the primary mission of House of G, but I'm not going to ignore it either. So, we will talk about this stuff. We will explore it over time. It's like, I'm glad you're amused, Remy. It's like, what? Oh my goodness. So yeah, we will continue talking about this. As far as additional House of G's, I would very much like to be able to do that. I just don't know yet. Like I said, I got some stuff going on with the main channel. I'm teaching myself Blender. Oh my gosh, like Jimmy freaking Cricket, what am I getting myself into? No, you're good, Remy. You're good. It's all good. I'm laughing. So yeah, I'm extremely busy at the moment trying to figure that stuff out. And I'm trying to get that figured out as quickly as possible, just because it's such a daunting task that I've put on myself. It's just like, what the crap, man? What am I doing to myself? Now, once I learn the program and everything, and I can start figuring out how ways to actually use it, I should have more time to focus on. Like, create time. It's all about time. I see, if I was monetized and I was big enough, I could hire somebody to help me out with this stuff, and I could get more done. I'm not at that point. Not even close. It's like, hopefully someday, not too distant future. But yeah. Oh my gosh. There's so much potential here, though, which I'm very happy about. Very happy about it. Because without potential, there's not going to be an end game. There's not going to be an end product. So no, Remy, I'm grateful you found my stream and that you're enjoying it, because our conversations have opened up some doors for the future. And that's a great thing. That's a beautiful thing. So it's like, thank you for that, Jimmy Cricket. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go wrap this up. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep on rambling, and I do actually have a lot to get done. So. Jimmy Cricket, no doubt this has been fun. Yeah, lists are the most successful people in the world. They do lists. They have lists. Yep. I'm trying to get better with the list thing. Trying to get better with that. Remy, I appreciate you hanging out. I appreciate the conversation. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Yeah, hit me up whenever you got time. I know you got stuff going on. You said you were interested in maybe sharing some stuff with me and everything. I know we haven't had a chance to really get down to brass tacks yet. Make no mistake, I am interested. So whenever you got time, let me know. Oh, who dug it? Yes, I've had a blast here. I hope Remy, sounds like you have too. Anybody else watching, I hope you had a good time. This is Rebel Rant's House of G. For those that might be new, I will be making a transition from Rebel Rant as the official channel name to the House of G. Just don't want anybody to be confused and wonder where House of G is coming from exactly. Rebel Rant will still be a part of House of G, but it will be a subset of the channel. And so yeah, keep an eye out for that. I am working on it. It's taking longer than I expected because I got so much other stuff going on with my main channel. But we will get there. Make no mistake. God willing, I'll be able to do this for a long time. That's what I'm hoping for in the long run. Yep, see you, Remy. Peace out. You have yourself a fantastic Monday. I hope you have a great week there. Thanks for hanging out. This has been a blast, let me tell you. Who doggy? All right. And what am I doing here? Wait, where'd you go? Oh, Chimney Cricket. If my head wasn't attached, I would have lost my head a long time ago. All right, with this said, this has been another House of G. I hope you have a great Monday and great week there. Who know you? All right, Gearbox, go ahead and take over here and wrap things up.